Welcome to Jyinxx Plays
Attempts. Aha! Hi guys, and welcome to Jyinxx Attempts to Play The War of Two Sons, a D&D homebrew campaign, and here's Dallin. Finally, after a bunch of stupid difficulties. Yay!
I don't have the music playing.
Oh well, life goes on.
Alright, doing it. We're live. Hello everyone and welcome to The War of Two Sons. This is a homebrew campaign run by yours truly, under the 5th edition of D&D, Dungeons & Dragons. I'd like to make a couple disclaimers. First off, all the art that is being used in this campaign comes from the internet. I have no rights to it whatsoever, but I appreciate everyone who has managed to make this possible. I'd like to give all full credits to the artists out there. Thank you so much. The only exception is the character designs done by our true and lovely Jyinxx. And
Hey, you got my name right. Oh no, this is going to be an interesting campaign.
This is going to be session 10. After our current break, we were left on a cliffhanger at the moment. I would like to also introduce the characters. We have Mira, the Tiefling Wild Sorceress.
Hi.
Nora, the Druid, the Dwarf Cleric.
Yep, you got that one right.
Edgar, the Kinker Rogue.
Hello.
Sylvia, the High Elf Ranger.
I'm better than all of you.
And Omek, the Druid Turtle.
Hey, dog.
Nice.
Right. A quick recap. Last where we left our party, they have managed to finish exploring the Fargar dungeon, discovering that this used to be a ancient base for a bunch of prehistoric gnomish travelers. They have managed to keep something within this area, and the party has managed to discover a horrible fate, one that involves a specific gnomish girl known as Tiki. However, due to some mishaps with some technology, the party has managed to avoid a cataclysmic event within the near quarter-mile distance, as the entire dungeon decided to collapse upon itself. The group managed to survive, but they were apprehended by bandits at the very front gate, where all their loot and their equipment has been taken except for the clothes off their back. Omek is currently unconscious, being tied and dragged through the snow, and the rest of the party members are tied together by their wrists and legs. It is about a couple hours as we now bring him into the next scene.
Sylvia is very discontent with the situation.
As you all are being dragged into this encampment through the cold snow, it is now fully nighttime. The only amount of light that you're able to see are the campfires and torches that are being carried by your bandits. The one leading these bandits happens to be a woman of raven-like hair and tan skin. She doesn't look like a native to these parts, but she seems to be in charge of the group at the moment. You thought this at first, until you were then suddenly brought forth on your knees in front of the campfire as you see this huge, large humanoid figure wearing bones, furs, and an iron helmet with a large beard. Olmec is then brought forth inside a tent to be tended to, as the bandits have planned to interrogate him once he comes conscious. As you are now being greeted by what is known as the Freeman Bandit Chief. He is hunched over, holding on to what seems to be a frozen leg of venison, which has been skinned, and he is just gnawing at the flesh. You can even see bite marks onto the bone.
What race did you say he was?
He is human.
Great.
Looking about, what does it appear to be the races of the others around here?
It is pretty much human at this point. You don't see any other races
Okay.
whatsoever. Most of them have dark furs or leathers. The only one who seems to have any kind of ironclad equipment or any studded would be the bandit chief himself. Next to him is another greasy-looking fellow of some sorts with a bit of a thinning hairline on top. Although he looks a little bit young, probably in his late 20s, his favorite weapon of choice seems to be a wood-cutting axe that he likes to fiddle around a bit and spins it in his hands. You are all next to each other except for Omek, who is still in the tent.
I don't suppose we're getting these binds off anytime soon.
Don't count on it.
Hmm.
He stands up, tosses what's left of the venison that he chewed upon the bone, and sets it into the fire. He then looks down at all four of you and such, and then he turns to the woman and says, "Lamar, you're the ones that kill my boys." "Yes, Pip. These are the ones." "Tell me that my guys got taken out by a bunch of women."
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Are you actually laughing in character, Ace?
No, he's not. This he is.
Say yes. Say yes.
Yes. A little bit.
Alright, the moment he takes a gander at your chuckle, you then just see him walk over. This man is currently about 6'8".
Oh, so he's shorter than me?
What's your height?
6'9".
Well, right now you are currently on your knees, and he looks down, and he says, "What's so funny, Elf?"
Oh, nothing. It's just... You reminded me of the sound of that one man's balls busting open as I shocked them.
Ah,
Well,
why do you
remember
do
how
this?
remember how we wanted to talk our way out of this?
Why did you have to antagonize them?
Oh. Yeah.
Roll me a charisma check. Or you can roll me an intimidation check if you wish.
Alright, give me a moment.
Don't you dare roll one.
Oh, I talk a big game. Let's see if I can back it up.
Oh no.
So I can go with intimidation or which one?
Charisma.
Straight up charisma.
Yeah, I'm going with intimidate.
Alright.
Oh.
14.
Alright, 14. All the other bandits just wince at this, but the chieftain himself, he doesn't quite look fazed about it. In fact, he actually starts laughing. And you can smell the scent of rotten tooth decay and
Oh, gross.
dried meat in off his breath.
Can I roll this? I'm going to try and compose myself from that one. Ugh.
I like these women. And then he turns and looks at you, Mara. Well, now. He then leans down and lifts up your chin. No wonder my boys couldn't handle you. You got the luck of a devil.
Easy.
Oh, this coming from you?
Are you saying this aloud?
Or did you say easy to me growling or easy to him? Wait, maybe. Who are you saying?
Just say yes. These are normal reactions, and they add to the character.
Ugh. I'm not a devil.
Right. And I'm a barber. At the point, he lets go of your chin, and then he starts to walk around a bit. I'd like someone to roll me a perception check.
I will. What do my... Nice.
Not bad.
You notice that the female known as Lamara, she happens to be like holding onto a dagger the moment that the chieftain gets a little bit close to you guys.
Mhm.
I can remember this.
The second in command pretty much just walks up. Bips, come on. Let's have some fun with these ladies. I'm pretty sure they'll be fun to carve up.
Great.
Calm yourself, Sibs. Right now they're guests and hostages. Ah.
I like the hostages part.
At that point, he then
Tell.
walks over to you. You're a dwarf.
Yes, and you're very tall.
I thought you'd be fatter.
I mean, compared to me.
That's usually the guys. That's a nice beard, though, at least.
Roll me a charisma check.
Oh.
Burning. Ah.
Gross. No, that's not in character.
12. Whoops.
All of a sudden, right when you said that, you see a knife just fly right past your face.
In other words, don't flirt with him.
Hmm.
As everyone else notices that the knife just came forth from Lamara as she threw it straight in your face, and she's just quiet, staring you down. Lamara, don't throw your toys around. And he goes down and picks up the knife.
Toys, kinky.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Lamara pretty much says, "Sarcasm will not get you anywhere."
It's not sarcasm. It's actually a decent beard.
Roll me an insight check.
Oh.
Oh,
Natural one!
She's starting to hate your guts for some reason. You don't know why.
Hmm.
And at that point, right in a moment of amusement, the Bandit Lord looks down at Edgar. Well. What do we have here?
No, I keeping my mouth shut on that one.
Ega just looks up.
At that point, he then looks about. What's your name? Oh, that's right. Kenku can't speak.
Did you just call him a cock?
No, it's walked.
Well, little Kenku, perhaps you care to join us.
Thor?
Edga just tilts her head at what he's implying.
He says dinner.
I knew a bunch of Kenku a long time ago. Oh, they were sneaky. But I liked them. They told me that the true way of living is to be a free man, and all the thugs just like cheer. Yeah! We do as we please. We take what we want, and we don't follow your rules. Then he takes a seat. Just like that drow who pretty much lives in that house down below. He thinks that he can establish anything he wants because he has money. No. It's the strong and the cunning who get things. It was pretty easy taking his loot. As you guys notice that most of the stuff behind you seems to be stolen cargo of many different varieties.
You stole from a drow.
What'd you get? Anything good in the crates, at least?
I might have a modicum of respect for this one.
Hey. They managed to steal stuff. They stole a lot more than... And I gestured back to Ega without saying her name. Than she's stolen before. It's kind of impressive. You gotta...
Well, to be fair, they have large numbers.
Well,
At that
True.
point, he takes out another piece of venison from the side. It seems to be just a small little rib cage of some sort. And then he starts biting into it.
Have we eaten?
No, you have not.
But it's raw.
Oh no, it's salted, so to speak.
Oh, so it's jerky. Okay, that's not as disgusting as
It's tiered.
That's a lot better. I thought it was raw. That's why I was like, oh god.
You know what? Roll me a perception check.
Oh. Okay.
Could use some meat. Not that kind, I say, looking at the boys.
Let's see what your eyes see. They see stuff.
I didn't have... Oh, there we go. 14?
At first glance, you thought it was venison, but based on the size and everything, it looks a little bit larger.
Could it be a horse?
You notice that you don't see any horses around.
Did we come with my horse?
No.
Unfortunately, no, you did
Luckily, humans are smaller than venison. I don't know.
At that point, the chieftain just looks down upon you. But I do know one thing. Torso! As he points to the tent. You worked for that drow, meaning that he sent you to try to take my treasure.
There wasn't really anything worth taking in there except for knowledge.
Roll me a deception check.
Well, as far as I know. Ah.
I don't know how you managed to get in there and whatnot. But the fact that my boys say that it's now sealed up. meaning that you four will make a good bargaining chip for Flinch.
Oh, right.
Yeah, remember the person who hired us? Or at least
Right.
I was hoping we'd get paid, but that's not going to happen anymore.
No, he's going to write a book about me, though.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, you then see Shiv just walk up to him. Are you really sure we shouldn't carve him up? Bury him out and toss him into the river?
What the hell's wrong with
No.
that guy?
Nah. I like him.
Can I shout this to that guy? Did I hear that, actually?
Can I do a perception check to see the state of their weapons?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. 22.
You notice that some of the weapons, 2 or 3 of them, so far, are the only ones who have, like, working rifles. The others have clubs and swords.
Can I look
Or-
around and see where they put our weapons and stuff?
You may also roll me a perception check.
Oh.
May I?
Yes, you may.
Why do you have my eyes? Can I have my eyes back?
No.
Eka.
my eyes.
You notice that they happen to keep most of the weapons, that were all your stuff was confiscated, and they put it inside his tent.
Okay. Awesome. Said under my breath.
There goes my plan to have one of them drink the poison.
You don't even have that anymore.
Yes, I know. It's in my stuff. I was going to have someone go through the stuff and drink the poison. Think it's a healing potion.
So, here's what's going to happen. You're going to be good. You're going to stay in that cage. And if you run, we'll kill one of you.
It's rather cold. Don't you think we could go into one of the tents instead?
Fine.
Shut up.
Oh, you want to keep my boys occupied, don't
Oh,
you?
well, that's not what I meant. No. No, I just mean it's rather cold to keep us outside. If you want to use us as a ransom, you need to put us somewhere safe. And I really don't think he's going to be happy if you let his boys play with us. If you want us for a full ransom, I mean,
Roll me a persuasion check.
can I use deception instead?
I think this is more you're trying to convince them and not really lying, so to speak.
Okay, persuasion.
Assisting.
So you want me to use advantage then?
It will be normal.
Okay. So persuasion. Yeah! Fuck yeah! Natural 20?
Woo! Nice.
At that point, Shiv just gives like a, "You're seriously not considering this, right?"
She's gonna bat her big yellow eye. Please, it's really cold.
That's it. Play it up. Good work.
Work it.
Fine, but if you leave that said tent without permission, we'll kill the turtle.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Boss,
Bye,
you're seriously
Dave.
not considering. Bip, you're seriously not considering. Click! At that point, you just see his large hand grip Shiv's neck and pull him down. Shiv, who gives the commands? You, boss. And what should I just say? Keep him in the tent. Keep him in the tent. Good. We want him to be nice and proper. Who knows? We'll probably get a better ransom, like she said. Besides, I'm starting to like them. At the
Right
point,
back at you.
Lamara is like starting to get irritating, and now she's staring daggers at all four of you. Lamara! Yes, Pip? You're gonna stay with them and keep an eye on them. Pip? Lamara?
Girl time!
I can't trust them in to keep an eye on them. You know how feisty they get. And at that point, one of them is like muttering to the other guy over there, oh, goddamn, son, the elf. Just look at the size of that rump.
I'll shock your dick off too.
Roll me another intimidation check.
Jesus Christ.
Ah, beans.
He likes some feisty there, Sylvia. I'd watch out.
Oh, I hope she's a biter.
You know it.
Unfortunately, that does not succeed as a charisma or a seduction check. Anyway, that does not exist.
Alright.
So at that point, the bandit chief pretty much just stands up. I'm gonna get some sleep. Amara, drag him to their tent. And at that point, all of a sudden, the bandits start to walk up towards you guys. And Lamar pretty much looks down at all of you, and she's like, I am not going to let you off so easy. And at
I'll
that
make
point,
kissy lips.
oh, she
Oh,
starts to clear daggers.
Yay, she's not flirting with me for once.
At the point, Lamar is like holding a dagger up to you, and your devil tongue will not try to fool me.
Boy, I'm the one with the tongue. Hello.
Oh my fucking
I
god.
I'm just gonna visibly roll my eyes along with my head.
At that point, Lamar is just looking at the guys. Strip their armor.
Oh, you dick.
Don't worry, they'll leave the lingerie. And at that point, as they start to now remove your armor and
Okay.
leaving you in your basic underwear. So your armor benefits do not apply anymore. Because you just pissed off the one woman who is technically the second in command.
Why? Why you do this?
And Omeg's in the tent. Alright, as you guys are just now no longer have your cloaks or anything, they do leave your eye patch on.
Thank you.
Mira.
Thank fucking God. I don't know if we're
But-
ready for that yet.
All they do, they still give you blankets though to wrap up. But all of them is like, look at the armor on this dwarf. Jesus Christ, this must be worth a lot. Yeah, check out the silk on the elf. Woo!
I
She
can
just
make
smells
more.
like her.
I can make more armor, you know.
I'm pretty sure they're not talking about the armor at this point, my friend.
Alright.
Fine.
Are we
In
still
this case-
tied up?
Yes, you are still tied up.
No. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and enter trance.
Huh. I assume trying to get out of being tied up is sleight of hand.
Yes, that would be a sleight of hand. Go ahead and roll me sleight of hand. As you can definitely tell there's a silhouette outside your tent. Meanwhile, Olmec, you are starting to slowly wake up. And right next to you happens to be a young adolescent boy with elvish ears and blue short hair. He seems to be wearing a dark blue cloak and brown shirt. And he is treating your wounds at the moment. Hello there.
Olmec looks around quickly and pops into his shell.
The moment you try to pop into your shell, all of a sudden you feel shackles around your wrist, blocking you from fully going into it. You even have a collar around your neck.
Oh.
No. Careful, the shackles still have you.
Where are we?
I'm sorry to tell you, but it seems you've been captured just like me.
How
My
long?
name is Felix, Phoenix Cerulean.
How long have you been stuck here?
Well, I've been with them for about a couple months now. Roll me a perception check, Olmec.
Alrighty. Your perception.
Based upon his attire, you know he's probably been wearing the same clothes for quite a while, but he does seem to treat it as such, stitch it, so forth and whatnot. You can definitely tell that this boy is not an average boy.
Okay.
Is that to be of skilled of some sort? I will allow you to roll me either a Arcana check or History check.
Arcana. They both have the same thing here. Oh.
You can't quite tell, but it seems as though this boy is a wizard of some kind, possibly an apprentice of some sort. He is mostly of a high elf race. Based upon small little marking on his cloak. However, you're not very familiar with this faction, and you're not very familiar with high elf culture or so forth. But to have him in these regions is very unknown, and you can't quite tell how skilled of a caster he is. He's probably apprentice, but the way he's treated your runes, it seems as though he's very knowledgeable.
After noticing the symbol, I look up and I ask him, how long, sorry. Olmec says, do your captors know about your abilities?
Well, yes. You see, at the point he looks over the distance over there, I was the one who was supposed to open the gate, but... And he looks down. Apparently this area is like his sub-tent, and he seems to be sharing it with someone. But you notice that there's parchment scattered all over the place, and you can tell that some of it is written in a translation of a broken common to Gnomish. I was the one who was trying to open up that gate to the ruins. But how did you do it?
Dumb luck. We had been given the word and said it backwards to open the door.
The arcane celestials must really be looking after you and such. What?
Well, I am stuck like this, where I can't even go back into my nice warm shell.
I'm sorry, but it's nothing I can really do. And you notice that he also seems to be not really shackled, but he has a broken steel collar around his neck.
What?
Can't you just remove your own collar?
Oh, when I mean broken, there's like a bit of chain off the edge, but the collar around his neck is like firmly locked up. I try, but every time I try to take it off, they just put it back on, and sometimes I get beaten for it. At that point, one of the bandits opens up the tent. Oh, Phoenix! How's that turtle? The turtle's fine. He's trying to recover from his wounds. Right. Well, let boss know. What else? Otherwise, he won't be happy. Okay. Oh, by the way, we got your food, but apparently, someone happened to spill it. I hope you don't mind it. And then the bandit just walks out of the opening of the tent. As you then notice the bandit tossed him a bit of a bowl full of this brown gravy with horribly chopped up taters and little bits of cured meat in it. Like, it doesn't look appetizing whatsoever.
With my hands bound, am I able to cast anything? I was thinking, like, Druidcraft, make the food edible.
Pop up Druidcraft and see if you can do somatics.
See.
It is a verbal and somatic, so I don't think you can really do anything for the food, though, if that's what you're trying to do.
Hmm.
At the point, the boy actually tries to stop you. No, don't cast any magic if they know that they will be in trouble. Please.
Okay.
At that point, the boy just looks down and he picks up the bowl. If you want, I don't think they fed you. Did you want some?
When was the last time you ate?
Oh, I ate this morning. Usually the policy is that what they catch, shared amongst the group. And I technically get the scraps. I'm fine, though.
Omek nods in gratitude.
You notice that you start to hear a loud grumbling sound. There seems to be a wild bear out of the forest.
Was that your stomach?
No. I mean, please eat up. You can roll me an insight check if you wish.
I'm gonna do. My insightful, not very.
You can't quite tell exactly if he's lying or not, but he does seem very generous from your impression. He also seems a little bit fascinated with you.
Tell you what, how about we split it?
Okay. Here. And at that point, he pulls out a small little clay jar, and then he starts to scoop some of the food, but he leaves you most of the meats. I don't like you to eat the meat. It actually goes against my religion. I don't mind eating the broth, though. And at that point, he starts to say a little prayer, and then he starts to eat as much as he can in large scoops of the spoon, leaving you with the bowl and another wooden spoon with you to eat as well.
Well, I guess, can my arms reach around and eat physically?
I can pretty much say your arms can reach out, but you can't like spread them to the side. Like you can't
Yeah.
spread your legs or your arms out. Like it goes and links up to a point where it just keeps you in a walking position.
But can I feed myself?
Yes. No. You can. You can.
Okay.
The only thing you notice is that there's a stake on the ground where the iron chain connected to your collar.
Ah. I
So,
happily eat the food.
what is I've never noticed a turtle before. Are you from the ocean?
Aww.
We're from an island.
An island? What kind of island?
Island of Tortle.
Does it smell of salt? Are there strange, large creatures that grow on trees? I think they call it a coconuts.
Yes.
Are they as hairy as they say? The size
Yeah.
of your head?
Very hairy.
Aw.
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
Do not persuasion. Wow.
He truly believes you. Oh. You know, I always dreamed about traveling and such. Before I got captured, I was traveling with my mentor. He was a really great and powerful wizard. And then he got killed in his sleep.
Are you there?
No. I was fetching some water, and next thing I know, there was someone standing over him, wearing a dark cloak.
How
He
did
was-
you escape?
I ran. A couple hours later, they grabbed me, and then they brought me. We've been traveling through the northern parts, at the edges of the mountain. I actually come from the east. I never knew how cold it could be up here. Are you cold?
Very. We
I did-
turtles are very cold-blooded.
You notice that you don't have your amulet on you, the one that keeps you warm. But in this case, young Felix takes as many blankets as he can and covers you up. It's okay. I just hope they don't plan on hurting you or your friends. They seem very nice. I haven't had a chance to talk to them, but they won't let me.
Do you know what their status is right now?
Of your friends?
Is there any way you can check on them for me and tell them I'm okay?
At that point, he looks in the tent. And then he walks over to the edge. He peeks open just a bit. And then he looks over here. And then he looks back in the cage. I think that they're keeping him in one of the tents. Usually
Oh.
they keep their prisoners outside in the cage, but apparently they have... Oh. I hope they don't end up like the other women.
What happened to the other woman?
Last I checked, there was a merchant girl that was taken. They seem to have a very good liking. I can still remember the screams. And then he tucks his long pointy ears down a bit, trying not to remember. Next thing you know, she was in a fire.
Oh, wow.
So when these bandits aren't enjoying the company of women, what are they doing?
Well, technically they're scattered about, and when we were brought here, the chief Bip thinks that I'm capable enough to determine any magical wares that we find. Miss Lamara, she's actually the nicest out of all of them, and most of the men are scared of her. I actually saw her slit a guy's throat right when he was standing, just because he was staring. And then there's Civ. He's the worst out of all of them. If it wasn't for Biff, Shiv would pretty much be able to kill whatever he wants. But no one would follow him.
Mm,
He's a very true flamen. Roll. Did you want to know what a flamen is?
yeah.
Roll me a history check.
Let me turn on.
The term flamen is one back in the Ironman Kingdom who were professional torturers and so forth to criminals. Their favorite method is to skin people alive.
Cool.
They're
Cool.
very heinous and dangerous people, but they were they were hired mostly as interrogators.
Barbaric. Simply barbaric.
He still has one of the girl's skin as a pout. He's horrible. He's really horrible. But it's okay. I'm pretty sure you'll be safe. So long as you try to tell them what they want. It's worked for me.
Yeah, it's apparent that we're worth more to them alive. Point.
Is it true that you work for a drow?
Yes.
I hear he has a whole harem of women. And that he's even despicable. That's what Lamara tells me. And that's why we steal his goods. So that way we could survive. He calls him weak.
My master is a very generous man.
Roll me a persuasion check. I've never heard of a drow being so generous before. I mean, I don't know this Mr. Flinch. I really don't believe it. It's such. It's not the. I just don't know. And at that point, the thug opens the tent. Oi! I can hear you talking to the damn green rock creature! He's a turtle. Shut up! Is he ready to speak? Yes, sir. Good! I'll get him shut up. I'll go get the chief. What's up, Omek? Did you want to do one last thing?
No, I think I'm good.
Meanwhile, in the other tent,
There we go.
you four are sitting there in your skivvies, with only blankets that cover you and such. It is very cold in the tent. as you can see blankets of snow on top of it. It's not quite thick, but there's barely any insulation in this area, in this whole occupation.
I'm just gonna get as close as I can with the others and just try and stay warm. It's like, oh, it's freaking cold. I'm tired.
likely
I just want to
still-
sleep.
I would still be at the trance.
Did I succeed in getting rid of the tide?
Taking a couple moments as everyone is just minding your business, and Eka, you then feel a knot come loose. You pull it up. They're not really great at tying. Compared to your level of skill, at least.
Right.
And you manage to get yourself free.
You know, I'm just gonna like make a noise trying to say, no, don't. We're all tired. We're all weak. I want my spells back. Shut up. Don't. Remember the warning that he said.
Like I just repeats what he said about only leaving the tent, not getting free of the stuff.
That is true.
He always said,
As you get one of the guys, one of the thugs, bandits, open the tent and say, "Oh, shut up in there, lasses!" Oh, but bitches.
Wow. Mira's gonna yawn and try to take a nap. Nothing she can do
Alright.
now anyways.
All right, so
Nora's gonna lay down right next to her and try and stay as warm as possible, right up next to her.
Yay, cuddles.
Cuddles, bound cuddles by cuddles.
as you two hold each other, barely wearing anything at all, with blanket for warmth. As Sylvia just happens to be in a trance-like position, covering herself with a blanket. Edgar, you are still the only one who's awake.
And it's free. Let's see.
What would you like to do?
Let's.
Due to your natural plumage and everything and whatnot, the cold doesn't really affect you as much,
Right.
but you'll still have to roll.
Cold damage?
No, not cold damage. It's Constitution check.
Ah.
If you have to transfer us outside for a long period of time.
I guess it's going to quickly look around out the tent to see.
All right. Roll me a stealth check and roll me a perception check. Alright, I need to check their perception. Okay. They don't seem to notice you as you're being as quietly as possible.
And then perception. Oh.
Based upon your perception, as you try to peek out as far, the only thing you happen to see from where you are is the guard right next to you, who happens to be carrying a small sword scimitar, and then you happen to see Lamara filing one of her knives, and she's like muttering to herself. Oh, yes, let's just stay in the tent. Oh, so we can be precious. Fucking whores. Who does she think she is, trying to talk to my lord?
She's trying to be warm is what she's trying to do.
You do not hear this, Mira, as
I
only
know.
Edgar.
Only Edgar hears this.
I know.
Would I be able to hear that since I'm still aware of my surroundings?
Actually, all of a sudden, Lamara quickly just takes a glance in your direction, and do you pull back?
Yeah.
Alright, you quickly pull back. You don't know if you were spotted or so forth.
Mm-hmm. there any openings in the tents, like flaps, except for the front and back?
There is an opening in the front, and there is what seems to be another flap, which happens to be sewn up.
Mm-hmm. Is there a way is there something I could stick my hand out right here?
You can put your hand underneath the tarp and so forth. What exactly are you trying to do?
I try to take the guy's dagger or whatever he has.
You're trying to take one of his daggers?
I was
All right.
thinking if I could do that.
Roll me a sleight of hand check.
Okay. Okay, I do have it. Does that work?
With that, you easily do your best to, like, reach up and grab the dagger, and all of a sudden, Lamara just calls out to the guard. You! Yes? And at that point, he steps away right before you can manage to grab it. Go get more fire for the wood.
Where the
And right at that point, the thug just looks like, go get more firewood for the. And right before you manage to look outside, you notice that Lamara is definitely staring you down like a hawk. So it seems that the bandits seem to be an easy target, but the fact that she's now staying watch over you guys makes it a little bit more troublesome. And right before, do you continue to hide in the tent?
That's it. The back is sewn up, so I can't really go out that way.
As you continue to just peek inside, all of a sudden you see Snibs get tossed out of the tent. Ah! What did I tell you, Snibs? Look, Chief, come on, just let me have one. Just let me have one, please. At least let me have the blue one. I can use our horns, not a single one of their hairs or to be touched.
Oh, he said hair, not feather.
I can't do. I won't touch him. But what about the turtle? If he doesn't talk, you could have one of his legs. Oh, now we're talking. And at that point, you see them get up and they start to head into your tent, Olmec.
I saw them heads are there.
Yes. Lamara decides to get up from her post right when the guard comes back. And, like, he tosses firewood. Get one of the boys to keep an eye on the tent. And make sure that one keeps her head in. Oh, which one? You'll know. At that point, this thug just seems to be, like, having, like, a bad night. It's like,
Yeah.
you dare do that. I don't get paid enough food for this. Meanwhile, in the tent, the chieftain comes forth inside as Lamar just happens to stand out. Omek, you happen to see this scruffy bandit holding a wood-cutting axe, but the chieftain himself seems to be a large figure, and he's like hunched down a bit. He then looks at Felix and he says, "Boy, out the tent." But what if he needs tending? Out the tent. Yes, sir. And then he steps in as Snivs like shoves him out. Get out of here! You You want to flinch his men?
Who do I ask? May I ask?
I'm gonna ask you again. Oh, you want to flinch his men?
Yes.
He sent you to come get his things?
No.
Roll me a deception check.
Deception. Okay, I'm done rolling. Oh boy.
At that point, he then grabs you by your shell just a bit. He lifts you up just enough for you to face him. You're either a stupid creature, or Flick just taught you how to know a couple words. What's in the ruins?
Rubble.
Roll me a persuasion check. And at that point, all of a sudden, he just like gritting his teeth, and you can just tell there's a little bit of plaque at the bottom of his gums. And then he takes his fist in his glove, and then he smacks you in the face. What was in the ruins?
There you go, using the proper tense. What was in the room?
Oh God.
At that point, he just looks at you as such, and he's starting to get really, really pissed off. And then he chucks your chain a bit where it starts to choke you. I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
You start to choke a bit, and he's yanking this hard. I will rip your head out of that shell if you do not tell me what I want. Chief, you're doing it wrong. Shut up, Sheriff. He then lets go of the chain as you start coughing up a bit. Your head feels a little bit dazed, but he then leans down. The last time, Flinch tried to send one of his goons to take back what was his, which is now mine. We had a little barbecue. I wonder how the boys feel for turtle soup. Roll me a wisdom saving throw. You don't seem to fall for his threats at a point. Because, you know that there is possibly something that he wants more out of this. What do
Perhaps
you
we
do,
can
Omek?
come to an arrangement.
He then, lets go of your chain. That's more like it. I want to know how many guys he has in his home. In that big house of his. If you don't have the information, I can let you roll a history check.
Um. Hmm.
He starts to shake your chain again. Don't go quiet on me now, Turtle. How many does he have in his tent? Sir, you mean house? Oh, shut up! That's at the point he glasses out and tosses sniffs out. Ah! Stopped talking. As you
Now
start
that
to
your
see
goon
one of
is
his
gone,
eyes
can
go
you like,
bloodshot.
Tell me what you really want.
I want everything he has. I want that house. I want his women. I want his food, his gold, everything.
That would make you happy.
It's what I want.
Are you
And
sure?
I can take your life if you don't start talking. How many men?
Do we count the Unix as men? That's a legitimate question.
Does he have? I don't think he has Unix.
Okay, no, but that's what Omex asked. Do the Unix count as men?
Roll me a charisma check.
Yeah, I am being a bit snarky. Straight charisma. Yeah, that's just since I have just
Alright, at that point, he's just like. You see the anger subside from him as he just sees you. Fine. This is what I want you to do. Since you're telling me that runes were destroyed, I could still get my next prize. You're going to flinch. You're going to tell him that we have his women. You're going to tell him to meet up at the abandoned church. He is to come alone. And you have until 12. He starts trying to count. And he shows 7 fingers. You have 12 hours to do this. Or we kill one of them.
how long before you kill the next?
Oh my god, dogs. Sorry.
It's okay. I said 12, you stupid turtle! At that point, you start to see him getting really upset. The fact that you're not being responsive as much as he wants. It's like he's halfway tempted to just crack your skull open, but he knows that Flinch cares about you a lot. So pushing his buttons a bit may not be the best, unless you think you can roll high enough.
Right.
So what do you do, Omek?
I will go speak with Flinch, but I am still weak. Let me bring the boy with.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Come on, and dice don't fail me now. Fuck you, dice.
As if I let that boy go. And at that point, he grabs onto your chain and starts to drag you out. And then tosses you out along with it. You see Felix just like looking in shock, just seeing you being grabbed by the collar and dragged out, making an indenture into the ground. Lamara and Shiv and some of the other bands are just watching this and so forth. Shiv, toss this one out. He's got a job to do. I want to make sure that he gets it done. You want me to kill him?
What to do?
Take a arm. Righto. Come along, Turtle. Please don't.
What is going on?
He's just a... At that point, Lamar is like, shh, don't, no, don't you dare. And at that point, you start to get dragged off.
Wait,
Boys, come help me carry this fucking thing. As then they start to carry you out into the wilderness.
Shit.
Alright, so, is
Has
there
it-
anything else that the other people want to do?
Has it been 4 hours?
Not yet. It's technically been about 30 minutes.
Hmm.
Yeah. Then no.
Alright, so is Edgar doing anything else as the other party members are trying to sleep and Olmec is being dragged off?
I'll try to take the guy's sword again.
Alright, I need you to roll me another stealth check, and I need you to roll me another sleight of hand.
I am going to be so stealthy. I'm stealthier than I was last time. And sleight of hand.
Actually, you rolled a 15 last time. Oh no, no, that's the sleight
Oh,
of hand.
I can inspiration that. Do I want to though? Nah.
You rolled a 2.
Do you want to do sleight of hand? Would you like to use an inspiration?
Sure.
You're
What?
more likely to. It's really hard to get worse than that.
I could get a 1.
You could, but it's really hard to get worse than a 2.
Oh, hey.
Alright. Right at the
Well spot.
moment when he start to get, the guard is like actually just slacking off a bit. And he's like got one eye open and the other one like shut. He's like, you then reach over to the bandit and what would you like to take from him?
What did
He has 2 daggers, a scimitar, and a pouch of coin, which is probably worth about 7.
And how much can I take?
With that 25, I could pretty much say almost everything in his pockets and the sword.
I could take everything, yeah.
Everything except for the clothes on his back.
Basically, oblivion is pickpocketing. I'll take everything except for the sword to make it so it's not suspicious.
Alright, so you take the 2 daggers and you take his money as well. So you have 7 copper
Yes.
and 2 daggers.
Seven. I gotta put that somewhere else right now. Okay.
Alright, so is there anything else you'd like to do?
I go back to being fully inside the tent. And then pretend to go to sleep. Actually, go to sleep.
Alright, so you guys are just going to sleep as normal?
Yep.
Alright, so
took
I would like to take a quick 5-minute break to set up the next scene. So I will be right back.
So that was a thing.
That was a thing.
And I finally got some equipment back.
I need a
Right.
long rest to get those spells back if you want me to do anything.
Free us! Undo our binds.
Yeah, that might be kind of smart.
Calm yourself.
guys are asleep.
Who are you talking to? Me?
They're talking to me to undo them.
Oh.
And I'm telling Edgar, calm yourself. There's a time and place to
Yeah,
do
that's
it.
why I only did myself to get some stuff. And everyone else went to sleep before I could do stuff.
France!
You're still asleep, technically. Ega doesn't know the difference, really. Besides, can you not wake up from a trance once you already go into it?
Yeah, you can. You're constantly aware of your surroundings.
Okay. Oh no, it's
Yay.
it's Warforged that you can't wake up until you do it fully, I think.
Yay for cuddle time in the corner.
I think Sylvia is writhing right now, seeing that.
Choosing not to acknowledge.
Let's see, Warforged. Blah, 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 blah. Yes. When you take a long rest, you must spend at least 6 hours in inactive, motionless state.
I didn't think anybody was a Warforge.
I was thinking of doing one, but Warforged it basically goes into the trance, but you can't wake up for it if you take a long rest. You have to wait 6 hours before moving and stuff. But apparently, you could still see in here.
You're just kind of shut down.
Yeah. So I don't think you can say anything in it.
I'm
Oh,
here
have I
like,
told you?
hmm?
Have I told you all about my supervisor yet?
No.
Oh.
Oh no.
Technically, I'm not allowed. Go ahead.
I am back. I apologize. So let me just get the music straight up. I had to get things situated. Now let's see.
Do.
As Olmec, you are being dragged so forth into the forest. They happen to go a few kilometers away from the encampment, and you are being dragged out in the cold snow at night. The thugs then drop you down and so forth, and Skivs happens to just look down at you and such. Well, you look like something that can easily be broken into. Did say I couldn't kill you, which is a shame. But I think I'll take a trophy of some kind. Which one would it be? One of your limbs?
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps one of your eyes?
Am I still bound?
You are still bound by chains. You are technically under restriction and bound.
And did we say, can I use a spell that's VS then?
Unfortunately, you do not have your druidic symbol to cast spells of some sort. Also, you don't have the somatic capability of performing the spell, unless it was verbal.
Right, that's the spell in question.
All right. Whoop. I apologize. I apparently refreshed for some reason.
Don't worry, I had to refresh a few times because my screen just goes white for some reason.
Alright,
It's pretty weird.
Olmec, what do you do as you're just in the snow? You are cold. It's dark. Now you're just surrounded by these thugs. Is there anything you want to do before you may meet your final end?
Thinking.
Olmec, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm thinking.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
You might not
you
have
don't
that
have
much time to think.
man. Yeah, thinking is not the good time right now, dude.
Yeah.
You got like seconds.
Do, 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 do,
Please allow me a good meal
do,
before we carry on and do these bindings.
What does Toros eat? I don't know.
turtle.
Snow? Yeah. Yeah, you're hungry, aren't ya? At that point, he goes down, grabs a clump of dirt and snow, and starts shoving your face. Well, go on! Eat! Come on! Eat it! And right before that echo happens, all of a sudden... What the hell was that? Roll me a perception check with disadvantage, as you do not have dark vision, I believe.
Don't think I have dark.
It was total magic.
Disadvantaged, you said perception?
Yes.
Okay.
You have no idea what happened, as your face is just covered in dirt and permafrost and snow, covered on your nostrils and so forth. It's like it's very confusing. But you notice that Snivs just gets up, and they all look up in a direction of some sort. What the hell happened to them? This fucker got shot. We got someone in the woods. The fuck? At that point, you start to hear one of the footsteps of a rushing person going by. You don't know what's going on. It's just like you're kind of blindsided to the point, and you're looking up in the night sky. It's cloudy, but you can hear one of the thugs running off. All right. Show yourself! Come on! Show yourself! As you start to see and hear Snivs panicking a bit, do you sit up?
Yes, I sit up.
You sit up, and then all of a sudden, you happen to notice that Sniv isn't there anymore. Instead, you see him hanging on a tree branch. It happened so quickly.
Oh.
And all of a sudden, you hear a voice right behind you. Are you alright? Do you turn around?
Yes.
Turn around, and you happen to see Lothar covered in blood. Specks of blood all over his white fur and cloak, and he looks down at you and such. But the moment you look into his eyes, they glow a faint yellow.
Do I know what the yellow?
Roll me an Arcana check. Those are not the eyes of a human. Those are the eyes of the first one. One that has succumbed to nature itself. And at the moment you look up in the sky, you see the moon is half filled. He then reaches down and, with a quick swift, breaks your collar. Can you stand?
I stand up.
You quickly stand, still having the shackle, so forth. He draws a sword, and then you notice that there's some red, strange aura coming from his blade, and he swings down and breaks your shackles. Where are the others?
Back at their camp. Probably follow the long marked shell made of snow as they drag me.
I will go. You will head back. Do not look back. At that point, he slowly starts to walk away. Roll me a wisdom saving throw. You get the feeling that you are not afraid of him, but you pity him. For you know that nature turned his back against him. And with that, do you make a run for it?
I searched the bodies of, especially, I want to search his body.
Roll me investigation check.
Huh? My
With that, you happen to notice that there are claw marks all over him.
Oh, it's a werewolf. Sorry.
As you can tell, this is done by some form of beast.
animal handling.
That's not animal. That will probably be a nature check in this case.
Okay, I'm gonna roll nature.
There's not much left to salvage off of this guy except for his axe. All right, Omek. After you search the body, do you head back to Flinches? I'm just going to ask this so we can continue on.
No, I'm gonna follow the werewolf, or I'm sorry, the other guy.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right. Do you take the axe?
Yes, I take the axe.
All right. You
Okay,
take
what's the
a wood. You take a dented wood cutting axe.
Okay, what's
Eh.
my health at?
You have not fully healed, my friend. You are currently at like 1.
Okay, then
You
I
are
like
in
the
no
axe.
condition whatsoever to fight. In
Cure
fact,
wounds on myself.
if you not head back, you'll probably get a point of exhaustion.
Um, did, did,
Oh my! Would you like to head back, or you're trying to head back to the camp, or you're heading back to Flinches?
I'm trying to head back to the.
All right, roll me a survival check.
Uh, do I survive?
You do your best to try to navigate through the forest. Meanwhile, back at the camp, it has been about a couple hours now. Edga, have you fallen asleep at this point?
I probably took like a short rest to make sure stuff like not taking long rests, but short bursts of rest. If you know what I mean.
I mean, are you staying up to keep an eye on the others, or are you just like falling asleep?
Yeah, I got back up after a few hours.
All right. You notice that right before you look out, it's starting to become sunrise. Apparently, you slept more than just 4 hours. Everyone slowly starts to wake up.
I should have
Hmm.
already been awake by now.
Um,
Unless I was
you
put to sleep by magical means.
you were not put to sleep under magical means. It's just the fact that your body was weird. You did not eat. You're in the cold condition. So I need everyone to roll me a Constitution check.
Would this be a saving throw or just a check?
This would be a check.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
Nora.
guys are cold, you're starving, and so forth, and this was a horrible idea. It was no better than sleeping outside at this rate.
Well, sorry, guys.
Healed to full.
Mira, don't leave me. You're the only warm thing here.
I would pretty much say you guys up to full health. You have all your spell slots back. The only conception is that uh, Nora and Edga, you rolled below a 5, so technically speaking, you two have points. Actually, no. You guys slept. No worries. You guys are hungry. That is mostly your concern. It's like
My
you guys
rations.
are starving. You have no rations.
I know that's what I'm saying. My rations. No, we can't eat them yet.
Sylvia's going to take a look at Edga. Do I notice that she doesn't have any vines?
You can clearly see that she is not really hiding the fact that her hands are free. You also notice that she has a dagger next to her.
I have 2 daggers.
One of them is visible.
Yeah, nice.
The guard next to you also happens to be a little bit quiet.
Quiet. Get me out of these.
I think you're cracking up for me.
Get me out of these vines.
Edgar looks around and then proceeds to go, help Sylvia out.
All right. Roll me a sleight of hand.
It's a good thing I have that for days.
With advantage. Okay,
Why would it be advantage?
because I would be trying to get out too.
I would pretty much say if this was a dexterity check, yes. But since Edgar's
No.
doing most of the work,
Sure.
but Edgar, you easily manage just to undo the bindings and so forth. It's not that hard to get out. Sylvia, you are no longer restrained.
I also have one of
Mira-
those daggers.
Edgar sighs and makes like a sighing sound and gives it to her and hides the other one in her bosom.
All right, let's get these two out of them. And I'm going to untie Mira.
Edgar's in the way.
Fine. I'm going to untie Nor. Yeah.
All right, so Mira and Nora, you start to feel someone messing around with you.
Uh-oh.
5 more minutes.
Oh, no slap.
All right, and you start to see Sylvia messing with your binds. They happen to be free, and Ega is dealing with Mira's at the moment. So I need Sylvia and Ega to roll me a couple more sleight of hand checks.
Can I use the dagger to just cut their binds?
Fair enough. With the daggers themselves, you cut the binds instead and easily get them out of it. So all of you are no longer bound.
Okay. Step 1 is done.
Edgar
Hey,
has her.
Hey. No. Come back here.
What?
Sylvia. And
What?
hand over the dagger.
Heck no.
Edgar. Do you want a better dagger?
Edgar hands hers over.
Thank you. And I'm assuming we've had a long rest, correct?
Yes, you guys have a long rest.
She also has some copper.
I'm going to just take the dagger, clasp my hands over the blade, and just say a blessing and use Blessing of the Forge.
Do you have your holy symbol?
I don't.
As you do out of habit, you try to cast this divine ability, and then you forgot that you don't have your praying tool. Your holy symbol is not currently with you guys.
Okay. I promised if you still hold on to this dagger, I can make it better for a day.
Edgar nods and takes the dagger back, hiding it in her bosom.
Right.
Would I roll stealth and check at what I see outside?
Hold on, one of these guards is supposed to be out. Oh, roll me a perception check.
14.
You notice that one of the guards is just like fiddling around and such, like he's messing with his musket or the rifle that he has, and he's like, "Oh, I see. You're supposed to put the thing in here. You're supposed to fire it off."
What about the one that's next to me?
He's asleep.
Mm.
Apparently, no one decided to come and remove his shift. You do hear active noises coming from both tents, from here and here, and you also notice that there are watchtowers up above looking out the camp and outside the perimeter.
Oh, great. Not a lot of places to go by. I'm going to pull my head back in and report the current situation. So I see one very incompetent looking guard with a musket that's still outside. And
You realize we're still in our underwear, right?
yes.
Okay.
Speaking of underwear, you notice that Sylvia has none.
Ah.
Um,
What?
hmm.
You can pretty much tell that her waist is wrapped up with the blanket.
Anyways, we could probably. I don't know if it's a good idea to kill the guard outside or not, but
Not right now. Wait for the opportune moment.
well, if that's the case, we might be waiting a while. Grab up some rope and we'll tie it around ourselves loosely. No reason to give any suspicion. What's in the tent? Just nothing but the tent?
Roll me investigation.
Okay.
It's a tent. Tent.
That'd be a 5.
There's not really much in the tent that you can use other than I mean, like, they don't even have bedrolls. They like you have to find like an empty water flask. That's the best you're gonna get.
Hmm. I'm also going to try and use the dagger to cut open the back a little bit. See if I can't peek outside and see what I see.
Roll me another perception check.
Well,
The moment you try to step out, like stick your head out, all of a sudden you can just feel the cold breeze just whooshing by. Every part of your body starts to get cold, and you just go back in. Like, it's shivering. You are not used to cold weather. Especially the fact that you don't have your furs or equipment. You couldn't get a good look. But all of a sudden, you start to hear a voice calling out at the distance. Boss! Boss!
hmm.
As you hear one of the bandits start to wake up. What are you yelling? Where's the boss? Where's the boss? I got news! I got news! Oh, just he's in his tent. He's probably with his woman right now. Right, thank you. I gotta lay off the tobacco, man. Boss!
That fucker says he dies.
So, what do you four do while you're in the tent? The guard next to you seems to have waken up just quite a bit.
Great. How's everybody looking?
In the skivvies.
We're all in our underwear, except for one of us who's naked,
Apparently.
apparently. Well, we have options if need be. I believe that Mira and I can start fires.
Yes.
If need be, we can make a distraction and try and make a run for it. It probably wouldn't get far, like I said. We're in our underwear. We don't have our armor. We don't have our weapons. All we have
Nope.
are two
All we have.
daggers.
Not much. I say we wait and play this out.
What's behind the tent?
Looks like a bush, maybe. I don't know.
I just roll my head.
Look, I'm not used to the cold. You take a look. I'm gonna switch places with her.
Would it be smarter to let Edgard look out because she can stealth?
Mare makes a point.
Watchtowers, though.
Hmm.
By the way, are you guys whispering this? Or are you speaking this out loud?
Whispering.
Definitely whispering.
Whisper.
Okay, just making sure.
No.
Yeah, fine.
So, as you guys start to whisper this out, trying to figure out what you can, does anyone listen outside?
I guess always up to listening in on other stuff. Try to roll perception.
No need to roll perception. At that point, you then see the bandit just that younger looking bandit running into the boss's tent, and then he steps outside very nervous, and you see Bibbs stepping out. Wake up, boys! Early as you notice, Edgar, that they all start to wake up at this moment. Grab the women!
Wait.
And right before you notice, as they call this out, one of the bandits that was guarding your tent begins to open the flap. What do you guys do? Do you just stay there?
I'm going to try and have the rope wrapped around each of our wrists, just slightly, that we can still move, but not apparent that we can.
Roll me a deception, and depending upon how you roll, it may depend upon how fast you get this done.
Anyone want to
Can I
help?
assist?
Yes, you may.
So
So both of
advantage?
you.
Oh, okay. Normal. Then.
Okay, deception. Ooh, that's high for me.
All right, Sylvia, you managed to easily wrap the rope around your wrist. Edgar, you managed to do so around yours and Mira's. Unfortunately, that wasn't enough time to get Nora's done yet. And then Thug's like, all right, single file, step out.
Okay.
I'll go ahead. I'm going to finish up if I can. Can I still, with a little bit of time that they're going to have to walk out, can I finish turbines?
Or
Or Nora can roll for that.
I will say roll me a sleight of hand with disadvantage. Because if you're staying behind to help her, you're like, the other two will have to walk out.
Let's give that. Sorry, Nora. I will walk out with them then.
Alright. Wait, did you roll your sleight of hand?
No, because I decided not to do that.
Alright, so Nora, you don't have the bindings on you.
I don't. Oh boy.
Unless you would like to try it yourself.
I'll try it myself, but it's a -1, so.
Alright,
I saw her do it. I saw her do it. I can do this. I can do this.
roll me a sleight of hand.
6.
And everyone starts to walk out single file. Nora, you pretty much get stopped. Oh, what's this? Someone cut the rope. Did you do this?
I'm really strong. Let's just try to do the.
I'm sure it just came off
Guns
automatically by accident.
Roll me a deception check.
Oh, Jesus. Where's my deception? One
Sylvia
second.
the bad
Do you
joke.
want me to roll or Mira?
Mirror said it.
12.
God, the last time I let you tie the damn ropes.
Thank God.
They are not smart, just to let you know. Or wise. In this case, you all are standing out in, like, long blankets. No clothes. Except what you had originally. In the snow, cold, and the bandits are just, like, gathering around you as such. And you then see Bip holding what seems to be parchments. Well, now, this changes everything. He's got this big, shit-eating grin on his face. Like, it actually looks like he has
Okay,
Get the
well,
idea.
yeah, we get it.
bad
Oh,
hygiene.
he's the bottom.
Brush your teeth, kids. And then he notices that he pulls up a couple pieces of parchment and he shows it to all four of you. And would you guys like to know what they say?
Sure.
Yeah.
They are four illustrated pictures of each of you, except Edgar.
Yes.
The only one that's also included is Satana. And you guys have wanted posters.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Wow, they got my
right.
bad side.
Wait. So what does
Oh, that
what does
that-
so,
that was
do I-
because remember what we did back in the town with the Black Sun and how you shot that one guy's arm off, or
No,
maybe it
it
was his leg.
leg.
do I have a wanted poster or no?
Edgar, you do not have a wanted poster.
Yes.
Oh, they got my bad side.
Well,
Do I look completely demonic in it?
You're okay. So here's the description. Nora, yours just looks like a generic dwarf. However, your nose is a little bit bigger. Sylvia, you have such a luscious face, but your boobs are twice the size. Like your bust. It's like a bust underneath it. Mira, you look like the devil's child.
Yeah.
Like, literally, fangs and everything.
Of course. That's what I thought. That's annoying.
Satana looks like a giant brute gorilla with long hair and tattoos on her face. It's not even the right tattoo.
Does it say dead or alive on that wanted poster?
Let's see. It says alive, dead or alive for Mira and Nora, dead for Sylvia, and alive for Satana.
Okay.
They
Damn,
really
Sylvia.
don't like
Is that a neck?
Sylvia.
Would you like to know your bounties?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Edgar's game sad. She doesn't have a bounty.
Okay,
Give me
let's
one
see.
sec.
Nora and Mira, yours are worth about 50 gold each. Sylvia, your head is worth about 400 gold, and Satana's is worth about 3,000 gold.
Oh, that bitch!
Yeah, she did more than before that whole incident, so she kind of deserves that bounty.
It's not something to be proud of.
Well, I'm proud of mine.
Congratulations, you are now official criminals of the Ironman Kingdom.
Except for me.
I kind of expected that one.
Except for the actual rogue.
They don't have your names, too. They just have nicknames.
Oh, God.
What's my nickname?
I need to know.
Alright,
I
Nora,
do need to know.
yours is known as, the Quark.
What?
That would be mine, Nora. Right?
Yeah.
That.
Okay.
And a quark is a slur in their terms as someone who opens their mouth in a very negative manner.
Ah. Continue.
Mira, you are known as the Demon Princess.
Oh, okay. I guess I can
She's
tolerate
an Indian
that.
princess.
Okay.
And Sylvia, you are known as the kneecapper.
Oh, would you love to hear how I earned that nickname?
No, we don't need to tell that story.
And with that, Bip, the chief of the bandits, pretty much looks at all of you. I didn't expect you to also be allies.
Oh.
We hate the Ironman Kingdom as much as anything.
That means he's not gonna kill us. That's good. Can we
Yeah.
have our clothes back, please?
And weapons.
That too.
You're asking for too much.
I just
start with armor. I would like to be warm and not naked.
Uh,
As a
At
breeze
the-
blows by.
Lamara is just like standing there watching you guys. She happens to be like in semi-attire as well. You also happen to notice with your passive, there is a tiny little elven boy in the tent looking at y'all, and he happens to be blushing, staring at Sylvia.
Oh, look, you got another Trevor.
Continue to blow and the blankets continue to blow in the wind, revealing a little bit.
Oh no.
yeah, boy.
He passes out from blood loss.
What was that thunk sound?
Get their clothes and give them some food.
Woo!
'Cause I am about to get new people in my service. And at the point, the thugs go forth and they start to undo your bindings. Ramar just turns to the thug and they toss your clothes and everything on the ground. As they just toss it to the ground, they don't even hand it to you and such.
Wait, everything including our inventory?
Not your inventory,
Alright.
not your stuff. Just your clothes.
Dude, beggars can't be choosers. Just be happy that we have
I'll
freaking
just
clothes
tell you
again.
checking.
No, it's fine by me. I'm going to let the blankets drop and I'm going to start roping up.
At that point,
have
the
no
bandits are like eyeing you like fucking meat.
Oh.
You can look, but if you touch, you die.
She's always like that.
Roll me a charisma check with advantage.
Let me get 2 net ones.
Shut up. Charisma check.
Oh. That was close.
Well, double
You got
17.
217s?
For 2 17s, you happen to sense that they are really starting to like you as you're just putting off this little show. But the moment you get dressed up, they're like, oh, damn it. You guys now get a chance to sit at the logs as they start to give you bowls of like gruel and such. And one of the bandits just like handed you bowls. Ladies, please. The fact that you managed to kill most of my men, I can forgive. I've killed a couple myself.
Oh, fuck!
Oh, no. That's acceptable. That's absolutely acceptable.
It also seems that one of my second in commands has not returned back under my orders. So, I have a proposition. I will let you join us in exchange for one thing.
And that is...
I want you to kill Flinch for me.
I mean, I'm not opposed, but... Why do you want Flinch dead?
I want his place. I want these lands. And he's the only thing that's stopping me.
Can we discuss somewhere alone for a couple minutes to decide how we're gonna do this for
Do
you?
you have any?
What?
Do you happen to have spare metal? Like metal or tools you don't use?
At
I
that
know it's a
point,
weird. I know it's a really weird request, but it would make the job easier.
Lamar is just like, Pip, if it is fair, do you really trust these other nonsense, Lamera? I like they may be useful. The fact that they are willing to turn on Flinch benefits us more.
To be fair, he wasn't going to pay us, and I doubt I was going to get those royalties.
I will have you know that Flinch has a proposition to turn on people with bounties on their heads.
Go on.
I'm not surprised exactly.
Hmm,
You guys can roll an insight check if you wish.
Oh,
I
Sure.
do. I
Oops,
really
that
do.
was still with advantage. Oh well.
That is a 10.
that's a 6.
24.
Heck, Flinch would never do anything like that. Nora, you get the feeling that maybe there was a story behind this and such. But considering the fact, this guy may be an idiot, but he's making it to a point where he wants you on his side. The fact that he saw you as criminals made him even happier. Think that he spared you all.
Probably not a good thing.
Honestly, I'm just happy about my nickname.
Did Flinch ever turn on you? Like, did he hire you too at one point to just pull back on it or something?
I work for no man. I am lead of this camp. We are freemen. We do as we wish. But Flinch decided to not give us as much as we asked.
Oh, he stiffed you.
Not only that, the man I sent to go take care of him, he sent him to the authorities for the price on his head. He did.
Huh?
He is a criminal to betray criminals. He is not a free man. He is a drow scum who sells women like you. But I have shown kindness. And you will gain more if you aid me.
Hmm.
Do not mind Nomera also. She is very protective of the kid.
I'm sorry, of what?
Her kin. She
So,
also gets a bit
yeah.
jealous against other women. I don't know why.
Sylvia
Yeah,
just
I guess I can
messes with her
understand.
boobs a little. Probably.
No, your
Don't
boobs are
make it
not that
worse.
I don't like her.
big. Now, about that scrap metal.
Roll me a persuasion check, Nora.
$19.
Not bad.
19. Lothar looks about. We have some spare tools. If you can fix them, you can free to use them. But take any, and we will not be happy with that.
Well, if possible, I need to get this one amulet that I had in my stuff. I'm a craftsman, essentially, so I can repair your stuff if you need it.
Ah, of course. Why did I get that? Dwarves are good with tools. Fine, you can fix our stuff. And teach these men how to use these muskets.
I might be able to help with that. Can I have one of the guards give me a musket? They
Well,
should at least see.
Roll me a persuasion check to convince one of the guards to give you one of their muskets.
Time and place.
Nope.
Natural 1.
One of the guards is like, "No, it's my musket."
Could be a lot worse
Fair
of a
enough.
response.
To be fair, I could show them how to use them properly.
For now, you will not be given tools until you have split the blood of our enemies.
Oh, fuck.
Can I at least have my hammer and shield back so I can, spill said blood?
Your
It will be a
hammer.
little bit harder without our weapons.
I am going to keep your things with me till you manage to make yourselves useful. Apparently, I have either been betrayed or my men are dead from your total friend, and Flint will be coming here with force. We will either fight with them, or you could go in your friend's place and tell them otherwise. So who would like to be the messenger? Alright, so which one of you four would like to go back through the woods?
I'm squishy.
I guess I'm the only one that can.
Yeah, you do have natural terrain stuff.
Yep.
Think about that for a moment. You're squishy.
I'm not squishy.
Do you mind if we end the session here for tonight?
Do y'all want to end the session here?
Oh.
Wait, what?
Well, think about this for a moment. Are we actually going to be helping this guy?
I'm not
Well-
opposed to it.
That depends. That really depends. You can't really speak for the whole group on that behalf. You can betray him, or you can continue working with them or such.
I'm fine with working with them to continue our survival.
Yeah. But think about it. If we are ever going to turn on this guy, and this is not me in game, if we're ever going to turn on this guy, and we're in the middle of their group when Flint sends folks here, maybe it would be best if the person who's the squishiest with...
Nora, I'm sorry. Maybe this is best that you try to talk this in private in game
yeah.
and such. Unless you guys want to take a quick break and discuss this.
A quick break would be advised.
Alright, so we're going to take a quick 5-minute break for you just to get a good idea of what you want to do. In the meantime, I'm going to go use the facilities and I'll be right back.
Cool.
Okay.
So, yeah. If we do... if we do turn on this guy, do we want Mira to be in the middle of this fight?
Well, no, but she's also got to go through the woods, which might not be the smartest thing.
Hmm.
I am the one with the ability to walk through the woods without any issues,
But you
while
have
still
still
at full movement.
Well, we're not exactly sneaking on our way back.
Well, I meant like sneaking into the battle or such.
Basically.
What's your opinion, Mira?
I don't know if it'd be smart of her to go back by herself, because she is super duper squishy, and I mean, I don't think, honestly, she'd be able to agree to backstab somebody without somebody there, because she's super honest about stuff. So, for the most part, unless she's trying to stay alive.
Could ask him to give a guide, but guide you halfway.
That is true.
Well, one way or another, we're gonna have to do something.
Oh, Mac, can you give me a Constitution saving throw?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Okay, you do not have a point of exhaustion, but you did have to take at least a couple hours to get some rest, considering in your condition.
Does it count as a short rest or a long rest?
I'm gonna say it's a short rest because you didn't really get some sleep compared to the others.
Okay. I would have also wanted to have cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Do you have your druidic focus? It's like you weren't giving back anything. They just pretty much like were escorting you to go send off a message,
Oh.
which you decided to follow Lothar and hoping to get back to the bandit encampment. Either way, be right back. 2 more minutes.
I gotta go quickly as well.
I don't think you need the druidic focus for cure wounds. Focus is mainly so that you can get past the material components requirements.
Well, I'm allowed to use it regardless. Innate magic ability. Yay!
You'll get spells eventually. Just it takes a little bit longer.
I have Cure Wounds.
You have the spell Cure Wounds available to you.
Yes, I do.
Does nobody else have secret Cure Wounds that we need to talk about?
I mentioned I had Cure Wounds in the first second.
You had.
I don't have Cure Wounds.
I
have
have
Cure
potion of
Wounds.
poison.
Yeah, I have Cure Wounds and I have Hunter's Mark.
I have no magic. I am magicless. I'm sad.
You have Cure Wounds, and you've.
I used my Hunter's Mark for the things I thought were going to be much harder than they were.
Okay. But yeah, I'm cool with working with this guy until it's not convenient for our survival.
Excellent.
Alright, so, I am going to bring you guys out into the small escape area. Omek, this is where you are. You guys are currently at the bandit camp.
I didn't get that far.
Yeah, they brought you about right about here. And then you wandered off. You did get close, but you did pass out during the travel. Because you don't have your amulet to keep you warm.
That's fair.
But you did manage to save the con, so you do not get a point of exhaustion. You guys are very lucky on those rolls. So, first up, who would like to go and send a message to Flint?
I guess I'll go.
Well, Sylvia or Mira, which one did you wanted to go?
I mean, I'm willing.
Alright, so which one of you two want to go?
It's a. Do you want to roll a dice?
I can go a high or low.
Okay, let me roll. Is that okay if I roll a d4 or something?
If both parties agree to the terms.
Okay, do you want high or low, or even an odd?
Even.
Okay, you're going.
All right then.
There we go.
And that 4.
Alright, so Sylvia, you volunteer to go take the message, and you notice that some of the bandits are like kind of sad that you're leaving.
I'll be back, boys.
Scott! The young bandit runner that came to bring the parchments and so forth. Keep an eye on the elf as she runs. Come back to me. Right, sir. Whatever you say, Chief. Alright, so Sylvia, you are then being escorted by this young lad.
Try to keep up.
Actually, I can run faster than elf, just so you know.
Really?
They don't call me Skipper Scott for nothing.
Good.
All right. So at that point, what are the others doing at this point? Edgar, Nora, you were trying to fix up the stuff and everything.
Right. Yes, you have that spare scrap metal. Let's get to work. Can I have my smithing tools back, please? I need to use them to repair your stuff.
Okay. With that, they give you back your smithing tools and your divine holy symbol, so you can do your thing. But the bandits are watching you closely in this
Yes.
case, as metal is a luxury to these guys. Like, they use it for their tools and so forth. They're just mainly done from wood and leathers and like meats. Like, the
Yeah.
muskets themselves look like stolen property they took.
All right, so I will.
They do have plenty of crossbows and short sword and scimitars.
Move on to someone. Move on to someone else, please.
Okay. What exactly are you crafting though? Because they're giving you like broken tools.
Right. I was trying to think of a way how to make use of these broken tools into something useful, but with the low amount that these are worth, it's only worth fixing them at this point.
Yeah, they only give you about like 20 gold's worth of tools.
Yeah. All right, so I will just be doing my best to fix some of the stuff that they've got.
They are also broken, just so you know.
Yup.
All right, so Mira, what would you like to do?
What is that lady doing? The one who was really angry at us?
Let's see. Hold on. Let me go back to the bandit cap real quick. All right, so she is currently at the tent. She's actually talking to the young boy. You're here. You're over here.
Can I see what they're doing, per se, or is she just talking to him?
She seems to be talking to the young boy.
Can I overhear what they're saying?
Oops, sorry. Sorry, I forgot to turn off my alarm.
No worries.
Okay, so, roll me a perception check. And if you want to make it like you're eavesdropping, I would suggest rolling me a stealth check.
Oh, yeah, they know I'm trying to listen in.
Yeah.
Natural 1.
You are just naturally just standing there looking at them, and Lamar is like, Lamara is leaning down to Felix, and Felix is like,
Well, it's really obvious they know I'm eavesdropping, so I'm gonna walk over and go, hi, I'm sorry about Sylvia. She's a little overwhelming.
In the
At that point.
distance. Ah!
Lamar just turns to you. So, Blue Devil, it
I've-
seems your tongue has managed to convince our chief to make you part of ours, but I still don't trust you.
I'm not a devil, I'm a tiefling. And I completely understand.
Those horns and tails show tells that you are spawn of devils.
Well, and is she a human? I'm sorry.
Lamara is human, however, she seems not to be native from these lands.
It doesn't seem like you're normally from around here either. Let's try to get along. She smiles and holds out her hand.
Roll me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Damn.
Done. Done. Done.
Damn, it's not gonna work. Damn. Oh well.
She smacks her hands and then gets up in your face. I will warn you, if you do anything to kill or do against him, I will kill you myself.
She's
And
just
then
kind of.
walks.
Oh, go ahead.
No, she just walks in the tent after that.
What is the little boy doing?
The young adolescent elf looks upon you, and he's like in complete amazement.
Hello. She wasn't too mean to you, was she?
Oh, hi.
Hi. And she's gonna tilt her head kind of to the side. Is everything okay? Or are
No,
you scared of me too?
No, I'm just fascinated. I read books about you and everything.
I can.
Didn't say how pretty you were.
Aww. Aw, thank you. Do you know what's wrong with her? I mean, other than being angry all the time, it seems.
Lamara, I don't really like talking personal stuff about her, but don't. She's just very protective. She
Oh.
treats me with kindness, and she manages to help, but compared to the others,
Well, my name's Mira. She holds out her hand to the kid.
Felix Cerulean. By the way, that other elven woman,
Mm-hmm.
is she who I believe she is?
Lady Sylvia? Who
That
do you...
was Sylvia?
Oh, you know of her then.
Why is the princess here?
I don't know if my character would realize she's a princess. I just know her as Lady Sylvia at this point. So she's rather confused. Lady Sylvia isn't a princess.
Sylvia, what happened to your background?
What do you mean?
I'm checking your character sheet and it apparently disappeared.
What? What?
Yeah, it's blank.
The
Did you not put down your noble background on your character sheet?
it? Yeah, I'm still. What?
I don't
Okay.
see she would have told me that. I think she would just.
Oh, would it be under bio?
No, it's right next to your leveling.
Oh.
Yeah, check your
Oh.
character sheet and just put in your noble background. It's like, I know you're a noble.
Yeah.
We
No,
talked
she
about-
is a noble. I just don't think
Yes.
that Mira would know because she just kind of found Mira in the woods and she comes checks on her every once in a while.
Roll me an insight check if you wish.
Oh. Okay.
That was strange.
Oh, oops.
That's a 14.
So I know she had some things, but not like. I didn't know she was a freaking princess.
The boy in this kid, Felix, he just seems so adamant about it. Like he was just astonished. Why is the princess here? Why was she naked? Oh God! I look the royal skirt. I'm a pervert.
No, don't worry about it. She's like that all the time.
No, the princess. That's impossible. She is a royal beauty of grace and so forth. And
Oh, you don't know
Walks-
Sylvia.
roll me a persuasion check.
We're obviously talking about different people here.
Oh,
At
okay.
that point, the boy is like, I don't believe what.
Don't take it to
You
heart.
You have blown his mind.
She. But
Tap, pat, pat, pat.
this. Oh.
Aw,
As the point he starts to wheeze.
oh, jeez.
Uh, uh,
Uh, That's just like all other people. Don't worry. Trust me, you'll see it again and again and again.
Wow, it's almost like you don't enjoy seeing it.
Sylvia, as you start to walk, you didn't sneeze very hard.
What the hell was that?
As Felix is now in a state of crisis, thinking that his homeland's princess is just a random traveler who happens to enjoy going commando.
I mean,
I mean, it's not true. It's not false.
yes. Wow,
Alright.
mind blowing.
Edgar, what are you doing while this is happening?
Let's see. Oops. You said all of our stuff is over here, right?
It's all in here.
Oh, up here.
Yeah, in that room, in that area.
I was going to try and get back some of my stuff. But that doesn't
Don't
seem-
push it. Let
I
it
can
go. We will
I
get
can
it
lump some
back.
Pipe and poison.
Alright, so Edgar, what would you like to do?
So she has all of her clothes and stuff. I guess we'll just probably look around just to see what the situation is.
Roll
See
me
if
a
I-
pers-
Roll perception.
roll me a perception.
No.
Basically gathering around, you managed to count up to a total of about 10 bandits in total, including the chieftain, including Chief Bips, Lomara, and the boy. The others, from what you can tell, you're not exactly sure if this was the full amount, because you know there was a lot more wandering the forest. They might be in hiding, but you're not 100% sure.
There's
They
not.
don't really even let you like wander about a bit, because the moment you start to like getting near tents or things, like the bandits like, oh, go on, shoot, shoot.
Not much the road can do in these type of situations. Me. That's all I pretty much would do.
And at that point, one of the bandits goes up to you. Boy, can you
Okay.
cook?
I guess try.
Birdie lady know how to boil water.
I guess just squawks at him in retaliation.
Ah, fuck it, bird. Alright, so, Mira, was there anything else you'd like to ask Felix?
Has he learned how to breathe again?
Felix is starting to catch his breath. Oh, by the way, you're the ones who went to the ruins, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to tell you, but the turtle got dragged out. I don't know what happened. I mean, they were gone since last night.
Oh.
They were going to take what was remained to them to the place,
The place? What place?
the one they call Flinch's gambling hall.
Oh no, they're taking him to Flint. All right.
I'm afraid that Skivs might have probably killed him.
The turtle has more up his sleeve than you think. She pats the little boy on his head. I'm sure he's gonna be okay.
He was very nice.
Yeah, he is, and he's not was. He is really nice, and you'll see him again.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh.
Try to bring up the boy's hopes.
After his worldview was shattered.
A 12?
He truly believes in like I do hope so. I just hope he like has an arm coming back at least.
Oh, he'll be fine.
Meanwhile, Sylvia, I need you to roll me a survival check. And
Okay.
Mac, you start to fully wake up covered in snow. You went into like a small little hibernation state. This was just a short rest. So you managed to look about. I need you to roll me a perception check.
Well, I still can't get lost except for magical means.
I would pretty much say that you know your direction, you're just taking the longer way.
Less creatures.
Omek, you don't really know where exactly you are based upon your location. You're just looking about. You're hungry, you're a little tired, you're not exhausted, but you think you can keep on going. Where do you go?
Is there still an obvious path back to the camp?
You do remember where you're being dragged, and I would say, with that 7, you notice that you can spot one of the towers that was out on the border over on this side. It was like one of the watchtowers.
Okay. I head back towards camp. Or towards that.
Alright, roll me another survival check.
Well...
Just so you know, the squares are not as short as you think.
No, I get we're in the world map view here.
All these squares make a circle.
How about I wild shape into a direwolf? Wouldn't that allow me to survive better in mission?
Okay, you transform into a direwolf in this case. And with your direwolf abilities, I will need you to roll me a survival check.
Okay.
Alright, with a 20, you easily, as you take on the form of a direwolf, feeling the fur start to cover up your bare skin, it's not as cold anymore, and you now get a good sensation of tracking down where the others are. And you make your way to them in your direwolf form. Sylvia, you're taking the
Yes.
scenic route, as Scott, right next to you, is just getting a little bit, like, curious. Like, he's following right behind you, and he's just watching you as such with his arms behind his head. So, you're an elf.
Yes.
So, like, how old are you?
Probably a lot older than you.
Like, how much?
But that depends. How old are you?
Like, 22.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, kid.
I've been recording kid in ages.
You'll get used to it. Trust me. I had to put up with it for over 100 years.
Oh man, you're an old crone.
Oi!
Oh.
Tell me that again!
Oh, I mean, I've rarely met elves except for Felix, and he seems very, very young.
Felix? Who's that?
It's the boy at the camp. He's like a magic kid of some sort. Like, he can cast spells, he could read things.
Wait, are you saying that you can't read?
Well, I'll have you know, I've learned how to speak properly.
Which I'm sure your parents are very proud of.
My parents are dead.
Oh.
Oh, how unfortunate.
Father got killed by a runaway ox. Mother died of a disease from a couple winters ago.
You have my sincere condolences.
Roll me a deception check.
That's not a deception!
Alright, roll me a charisma check then.
Oh, roll deception. Oh.
Natural 20.
No one's ever said anything about my mom. At least not positive. I keep calling her a bitch. They keep saying, stop crying about your dead mom and just doing your damn work and carry the bodies. Run all over the place. I don't know why they treat me like shit, but yet I'm the one who's doing all the important stuff. I mean, you know how many times I got shot in the leg?
Wait, so you can run faster than me, but you've been shot in the leg?
Well, I mean, not in the leg, just on the side. Here, look, as he starts to, like, lower his pants and, like, show on the side of his hip where you see 2 skid marks of where one is possibly from an arrow and another is from a bullet.
Is anything else about him impressive?
Roll me a perception check.
Oh no.
Average.
Hmm. You can pull them back up.
I mean, he's got very toned legs. I'll say that.
Do I also notice what all he has on him, like weapons or anything?
He only has a dagger, and he's got like a pouch on his side.
Well, since you've been asking me questions, I think it's only fair that I ask him in return. How long have you been with him?
I've been with them ever since.
Your mom died?
Yeah.
Hmm. So about 2 years. Hmm.
Well, I mean, it's like a couple more than that. I can't count.
Oh, sweetie.
I can't count days. I can count money though.
Oh. Is that what that purse is for?
Well, yeah. I sometimes like to go to the nearby villages. You see, they trust me because I'm actually what you call a spy.
Hmm.
Yeah. I pretty much just listen in. I don't like doing the dirty stuff like killing people or all that other things. I like to listen in. I like to run. I like to like make simple deliveries and messages like this. It's pretty dangerous.
Oh, without a doubt. And yet all they gave you is a dagger.
Honestly, I can't really handle a crossbow. I busted my lip once.
This poor guy.
He's so sad.
I'm going to turn around at that and kind of fold my arms at him and like, how do you do that with a crossbow? It doesn't have recoil.
It does when you try to pull the boat back into it.
That's what you use your foot on the handle for.
Oh no! I don't wanna be like Jim. He got a bolt shot right through his foot when he tried doing it.
Well, that's because he put the bolt in before loading it properly.
I'm actually really good with a bow,
Are you?
but I don't have a bow.
Me neither right now. Come on, we gotta get over to... What's his face? Can't remember.
Just to let you know, I'm just supposed to stay out the outskirts. You're supposed to go and do all the talking.
Just make sure you don't disappear later.
Well, I mean, I have to disappear for just a moment, but I'll be right here.
Fair enough.
Well, not right here. I mean, like, I'll let you know.
I'm going to pat him on the head and just say it's okay.
That was nice. Smells like flowers. At some point, he just keeps walking.
Also, quit staring at my ass.
At that point, he just looks away. Freeman, everybody. All right. With that, I would like to suggest, if you guys would like to end the session here,
I think
as
we
we
can.
continue on with this weird band of bandits.
Jolly
He's okay in my book.
This is fine.
This is fine.
All right. So, thank you all for
Alright,
playing.
yep. Thank you for coming, and I will post last gameplay and this gameplay in the next couple days, because I'm behind, because I forgot about it. Yay, virus
You could've-
stuff. Yeah, I
you
totally
could've
forgot. I totally did, and I'm gonna edit it out. Okay, bye guys!